It says I am live, and I'm alive. What's up, you guys? Welcome to Hump Day, our Hump Day edition of the Psychic News Network. I hope you had a good day. Let's see. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Am I really here? Let me know. I was feeling like having a cold drink, and I thought I was out of fake beer, but I wasn't. I had one. Hey, so, you know when you think you're out of something and you really want it, and then you find out that you still have it? It's good. It's a good feeling. Cheers to summer. It's thirsty. I had some smoked salmon, a little piece of smoked salmon earlier. It made me thirsty. I don't drink real beer because I don't drink alcohol. Somebody's asking. So look, you guys. So here we are, and I hope you are finding ways to calm yourselves. Howdy, howdy. And the walls come tumbling down. Rose is singing. So what we're going through right now is that, we'll get into it. They're seeing if turning us into Russia is going to work. That's where we are. Electrostorm is happy to be on the channel that believes Kamala will still be our president in 2028 and not Newsom. Did I say that? I said that Kamala will be president. I didn't say anything about Gavin Newsom. By the way, before I forget, if you pre-order the Kamala 1 mugs on my website, psychicannetdion.com, I gotta make sure it's my thing is showing here. You can pre-order the mugs. They're on order. They're going to take a few weeks to get here, but I did get some more. Now I feel like I'm too low. Other readers are saying Newsom, Kamala. Are we talking about an election already? Hang on a second. Let me just fix this. Someday I'll have a studio and I'll have a staff. So, 2 years sober today. Oh, good for you, Candy. Athletic beer is wonderful. We'll settle on one topic momentarily. The price, it's set at $35 a mug, but I'm going to have to raise it because that includes shipping, and man, it cost me the last time. So Electrostorm is mentioning other readers are saying Gavin Newsom, not Kamala. This is what I want to encourage us all to do. We need to stay with what's happening right now. And I really mean that. We need to keep our eye on the ball of what's happening right now. What the situation is right now that we're in currently is they're giving Russia and the United States a test run. And so Electrostorm is saying that there are psychics on YouTube that are saying, I don't know who, it doesn't matter. All the power to everybody who's a psychic on YouTube. And I mean that in all sincerity. So where we really are right now is, did you see Tulsi Gabbard today at the press conference? All of a sudden she's in Dumpy's good graces. And the reason that she's in Dumpy's good graces is because she's agreed. And let's not forget, Tulsi Gabbard has a file on her. She shouldn't be in the position that she's in if we want to remain the United States of America and a democracy and not have a Russian asset and this administration. So, do you see it? And if you have a problem with people lying, if it makes your skin crawl and your insides get all twisty when somebody's lying, welcome to the club. Because if you have been reading people your entire life, and maybe you have too, you know when they're lying. And if you have some sense of people and the voice tone and I mean, they should give them lie detector tests, right? Did I know from the representative from Idaho made motion for the Kennedy Center to be renamed Melania Trump Opera Center? I've had it up to here with that kind of news. Anyway, so I hope you understand what I'm saying. This is the Kremlin attempting to take over the United States of America. So what we're going to read, she's a total traitor, Darren, totally. What we're going to read on is how far they will get. We're going to dive in. We're going to see how far will they get. As it is, every single person that heads up every single government agency in the United States of America at the present time, every single government agency head has total fealty to Trump. That's the requirement to be in that position. They have to praise him all the time. And they have to be grossly incompetent. Yeah, you just watched Hunter Biden's interview. He did not hold back. I loved that. I loved seeing somebody, and especially Hunter Biden, defending his dad, not holding back and saying everything that we all feel because we're normal and we're not in the cult. And just on that topic, on Monday, you remember I read on Joe Biden towards the end of PNN on Monday? And I saw, I think it was the Knight of Pentacles. And I said, there's a gift for Joe Biden. I think that was part of it. Was like, it was just kind of like somebody like gave him something to feel cheerful about. And Hunter, he dropped the F-bomb quite a lot. but I would too if I were him. Can you imagine your parent being a dedicated public servant for 52 years of his life after what Biden had gone through in his life, and he showed up for the people as a public servant, doing his civic duty, doing the best job that he could, being a good Catholic, a prayerful man, a man who just wanted to do what was good for the country? And to have Joe Biden, if it was your dad, be treated like he'd been treated, you would be dropping some F-bombs too. Yeah, and his own party turned against him. Yeah. His kid has his back. That's an awesome feeling. So we're going to read on the fact that Russia is doing a test run in America. This is not conspiracy. This is factual. Okay? I'm going to repeat myself. This is not conspiracy. This is factual. This is not my only, like, my psychic impression. This is factual. There was Russian interference in the 2016 election that the Donald ran away with. There was psychological manipulation. The Kremlin admitted it. There's evidence. It's there. So it's really striking. I mean, it's just like, wow, they're really going for it, aren't they? That Dumpy is going back 10 years, more than 10 years, pulling up all these things, all the crimes that he committed, all the investigations, all the treason, all the seditious conspiracy, all that, right? All that, Russia, if you can hear me, right? And then they hacked into Hillary's, you know, he's what do you call that? Blaming the victim, I think. Taking all that he did. Remember the other day I was saying, next thing you know, he's going to be accusing E.G. and Carol of raping him. Because that, and I was saying that to be facetious, but several of you here that night on Monday night said, you could see that. You could see that, right? You could see that happening. So this is the playbook right now. Let's remember that when Putin invaded Ukraine, all over Russian television, what was being said? We have to save the Ukrainians from the Ukrainian Nazis. And Zelensky's half Jewish. So, Epstein is Trump's barnacle on his neck. You're in rare form, Electrostorm. Projection is confession. Projection, Christine, at first I thought you typed, because I'm seeing things differently these days, I guess. I don't have my glasses on. I read projection is confusion. I get confused at the fabricated lies and how to put the pieces of the lies together and what they're actually telling the MAGA base. Do you? You're like, oh wait, Obama, it was his last year of his term, his 2-time term. So Obama handed the reins over to Donald Trump because, according to all the ballots, Donald Trump won, and so there he was in the White House for 4 years, but Obama committed some kind of a crime. What is the freaking crime? It's unbelievable, and we need to put a stop to it. Alice is saying, you think Dumpy is gaslighting everyone? Ukraine did not receive the weapons. Story of his life is gaslighting and lying. Okay, so which cards do we want to use? Let's see. Let's use these. Okay. And to think we could have had a competent, intelligent woman running the country, we couldn't. In the climate that we are in, we couldn't have Kamala at that time. Dad joke. What did the swordfish say to the marlin? You're looking short. What? That's funny. I have swordfish marinating for dinner. That's what's funny. That was a pretty psychic connection there, Thomas. 3 cards. I do need the nefarious cards, but let's pull 3 cards first about our democracy and we the people. And just so you know, Jessica Denson and Al Green, and don't ask me why other Democrats other than Al Green are not standing up for impeachment and removal. But they surpassed 1 million signatures, and they submitted their articles for impeachment today. The Democrats need to make a statement that we will not stand for the abolishment of democracy. So the Democrats. Now what I see is, you know that MAGA Mike, the Christian, sent Congress home. He just decided, oh yeah, we're all going to just quit early. So what I'm looking at with the Democrats is awesomeness says they have been threatened. Okay, so let me say something about that. That is across the board, right? That's across the board. Death threats, heinous death threats are always happening. Always. When's the best time to go to the dentist? 2:30. 2:30. Thomas, you're being very psychic tonight because I need to get over to the dentist's office. Anyway, pretty funny. You're reading my mind. The Democrats. I've been getting the chariot card a lot lately. What do we get, JD, if Trump gets impeached? We can read on that. I have always seen the whole thing disassembling. MAGA Mike will always send Congress home so he doesn't have to deal with this sticky situation. Yeah, he's a chicken. I'm MAGA Mike. Speaking of people that lie and it makes you crazy. Thomas, you're funny. I'm not making manicotti tonight. I'm making swordfish. The Knight of Cups, the Queen of Wands. I do feel like the Democrats are going to come up with something to offer us all to save our democracy. It's going to happen fast. The Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So the Queen of Wands is, I see people holding steady. We're in the thick of it. We're in the thick of the attempted coup. But I see them holding steady. I see the Democrats holding steady. We'll read on how that impeachment attempt is going to go. Now, let me grab the cards that I got a rack for my cards, so I might be able to find them more easily. Yeah, we need something to happen fast. The cards have indicated over the past several days that something's going to happen really fast. So we'll look more into what that is. Hang on. Let me get my nefarious cards. And here they are. I'm not sure if we'll get to 200 thumbs up. We don't have close to 200 in the house just yet. Text your friends and tell them to tune in. I'm going to read on let me see, how do I put it? On JD Vance. I'm just going to read on JD Vance. Is MAGA buying the Obama distraction? Remind me to ask about that if I forget. I do feel like this little break, this Congress break, is actually going to benefit the Democrats. I'm not sure how. Okay. JD. JD's keeping secrets. JD is exhausted. I don't know what he's doing, but JD is exhausted. I feel like I have the sense of JD putting out fires all the time, having to put out all these fires. So I have the Four of Swords, which is JD's, I'm wondering if he's having a health issue. Is JD having a health issue? Is he having like including mental health? Is JD having a health issue? I have a yes on that. Has anybody else seen that? I'm not getting that he's well, JD. Anyway, the High Priestess is he's definitely holding on to secrets, and the Lovers is the secrets that JD is holding on to is who he's conferring with. He's on vacation right now. Let's ask this. Is JD having marital problems? I have a yes on that. I mean, he acts totally racist. He's just standing by while people are being sent to concentration camps because of the color of their skin. I still can't believe it when those words come out of my mouth. And his wife is from India, and his kids are biracial. Yeah, it's not looking like things are going so swimmingly well there. Dad joke, what do you call a row of rabbits hopping away? A receding hairline. You get a bow. His wife is not happy. Let's ask if they're heading for divorce court. Ask why he went to Montana. Oh, is that where he went? Okay. Is their marriage on the rocks? Oh, yeah, that's a strong yes. I think that, oh, yeah, wow. It's bad. Let's ask specifically about that. I think, whoa. I pick up that Usha wants to be done. What did he yell at her about? Does anybody know? He yelled at his wife last week in a public restaurant. Nice guy. Okay, let's read on what's going on with Usha and what's going on there. You guys, I see about 10 couch jokes. You guys are funny. Have I told you how much I appreciate all of you? And I struggle and I lament over YouTube that they don't let me get any more views, and then we all show up together and we have a fun time. I love it. Usha can do better. Yes, that's true. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. I would say definitely. I can't show you these cards fully, but we have the sun, the light. The light bulb is turning on in Usha's head. We are a community. That's true. JD has misdirected anger issues. They all have misdirected anger issues, and then some. I love you too, Amy. Yeah, Usha's not sleeping. She's I get that she hates what's going on. She just hates what's going on. Yeah, and there's a video of JD back in 2016. I think most of us have seen it. He was saying that if you vote for Trump, he'll destroy the country. He was right. He must be psychic. No, he's too dull to be psychic. It's just that the writing was all over the wall. And for somebody, remember how often I say these people are very, very weak energetically? Very, very weak. If you read energy at all, does anybody here read energy? I know a lot of you have pendulums. The normal people, the Democrats, the sane people, the balanced people, you know, relatively. If you read the energy of the people that, like Obama, he's a normal guy, right? You know, most people are normal. I know we kind of forget. The normal people have really strong energy. So don't ever think that they have powerful energy. That these fascists have powerful energy, because they do not. Remember we were talking about Thiel the other night? And I said, what should we call him? And I said, empty. He feels like an empty shell. Dad joke, why did the policeman smell bad? He was on duty. Duty. All right, I better focus. I'm still stuck on the JD and Usha. Like, what the heck? Will they still be together by December of this year? Will they? I have a no. They will not be together by December of this year. That's what I see. Okay. I have a little list. Remember a while back I was like, I'm going to take out my whiteboard. And I have here, WTF is Elon doing? Elon just disappeared. Let's read on that. Amy wishes our energy could just overwhelm them. That's what we're doing. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate every little bit of money that I can make off of YouTube. Because they don't make it easy. Thank you. Speaking of that, Amy, I've been busy the past 4 Thursday evenings, but I will be here for the live stream. Please write it down. I will be here for the live stream. It's only a half an hour meeting to do a guided meditation for a healed America live. And then you can always do it afterwards if you're busy tomorrow night. We chat for 15 minutes and then we do a guided meditation for the other 15 minutes. Okay? Write it down. I'll pause so you can all write it down so you remember. I'll read a dad joke while you're writing down. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a guided meditation for healed America. Go on now, write it down. Dad joke, what kind of cheese isn't yours? Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese. Let's read on, okay, let's read on the Epstein thing first. Because, let's read on that first and then we'll go to Elon. Is the Epstein situation going to be a nail in the coffin for Dumpy? In other words, it won't be able to be covered up. And by the way, tomorrow night for the guided meditation for a healed America, I may do it on StreamYard. What I like about StreamYard is they send a notification that we'll be meeting. So I probably will. Oh, and Sadhguru's meditation app is awesome. Please download the app. It's free. They're not tracking you. It's just miracle of mind. Okay, the Epstein thing. Whistleblower, whistleblower, whistleblower. 10 of Swords. It's interesting. The 10 of Swords has Bridget Bishop, and it's a picture of her hanging. She was an accused witch that was executed. But since we're speaking of Epstein, that kind of fits. The Page of Cups and the Justice card. I'm asking about whether this Epstein thing will be a nail in the coffin. We don't know if it'll be the final nail in the coffin for Dumpy, but it's gonna. There's a, I see it like a match, like a fighting match, right? Like, we want to see the Epstein files. You can't see the Epstein files. We need to see the Epstein files. You can't see the Epstein files, like that. And they're trying to heavily redact them, but all the news is getting out about that too. That they had staffers, they had the FBI, just go in and flag everything that had Dumpy's name. Unbelievable. The Wall Street Journal released another front page disclosure on the Epstein debacle. Was that today? Are we going to see, are we going to be able to see incriminating evidence? Yes, we will. Do I think Maxwell will meet with the DOJ? Well, okay, so let's read on that. I'm going to read on that because what they're trying to do, and I'm having a deja vu because Bill Barr went in to talk to Jeffrey Epstein before he unalived. I'll say it that way. And I already told you my psychic impression about what went on there. To go in for Bondi and Dumpy and I don't know who else to be planning to go in to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell prior to appearing before Congress. Let's ask if that's actually going to happen. The suspicions and the glaringly obvious lies and the glaringly evident cover-up and attempts to cover up are like it's right in our faces. So, I mean, it's kind of like when Dumpy was out there and he was on the campaign trail and he said, I don't need your votes, like he already won, right? It's right in front of you. Amy's fearing that Maxwell will meet the same fate as Epstein. Well, I'm just saying, I'm kind of having a deja vu because, yeah, huh, okay, hang on. Currently, with the current energy, will Ghislaine be testifying before Congress? It's up in the air. It's up in the air. So is Barr pooping in his pants after the Epstein reveal? I don't think so. I think Bill Barr thinks he's in the clear. Okay, wow. Can I just say that when I started doing this work and I saw YouTube said that I've been doing this on YouTube for 7 years, like I hit the 7-year mark. I never thought it would get this terrible. Your pendulum says MAGA is buying the Obama distraction. Yeah, but Jackie, you have to ask how many, like what percentage of them, because it's not all of them, right? Okay. Does Ghislaine Maxwell, does she want to testify? Does she want to be in? No, she doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to do that. And the current energy is uncertain about whether it will happen. Okay, let's ask again. Okay, what's the likelihood that it will happen, that she'll testify? 1, like 10 being definitely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 70% probability that she will go before Congress. And they're pushing everything up to September. Can the invading Russian bots influence the collective energy? Where you been, Sharon? That's been going on for 10 years. Do you mean the etheric collective energy? Yes. Yes, it can. But that's a little confusing because it's like, you know, there's a cloud. Well, there's that's kind of like the collective consciousness energy. Please hit the thumbs up. People want to do a group hug. We need 200 thumbs up, and then you're gonna let me know because when I'm on StreamYard, I can't see the thumbs up. Let's read on Dumpy's health, and then we'll read on Elon. I have Elon in the back of my mind for some reason. Have we heard from him? Dumpy's health. By the way, it's not MAGA's really not buying the Obama thing. What would have to happen is they'd really have to be some kind of really serious psyop would have to happen for MAGAs to believe the Obama story. I mean, it's really like I mean, you have to get everybody to forget that Obama was just a normal president, like what we were used to, and that like Biden was just a normal president. Like you'd have to forget your history. I'm reading on Dumpy's health, but hang on. Does a psychological operation have the ability to get people to forget history? I have no. I was just wondering if they could get people to. I mean, it's like a sci-fi movie, right? To just delete their brains. I know Bondi turned around and put Hava back into the New Jersey AG position, and I know it's infuriating, but you have to understand the way that we have to think about this is the fascism needs to go. All of it, or the whole bucket of deplorables. They all have to be ousted. This is not going to be the kind of thing that, oh, well, you should go, and you should go, and you should go, and you guys can stay. They're all in this together. That was the plan. Dad joke. What goes up and never comes down? Your age. Ba-dum-bum. Dumpy's health. I get that Dumpy's getting very emotional about his health, and one of the indicators that his health is failing is how emotional he gets. The Knight of Wands and Moons. I do see news about Dumpy's health again coming out. Three of Pentacles. This is what I get about Dumpy's health. It's like every single day is like a big production to get him to where he's feeling functionable. Right? Yeah, keep visualizing that, Amy. Keep visualizing all of them removed, because they are a total criminal mob appointed by the Kremlin. I have on Dumpy's health that every day it's a production to prop him up, right? Like, think about it this way. Sometimes we, and this would be like a minor example, like a way lesser example of what I'm picking up on. Think about, like, you get up in the morning and you're like, I feel terrible. But as the day kind of commences, maybe you go get some exercise, and maybe you have some good coffee, and maybe you take your vitamins, and then you hydrate, and then after a while, you're totally fine and you don't feel bad at all, right? So that is the kind of thing that's happening with Dumpy, but it takes for freaking ever. Your dad died of congestive heart failure and he looked better than Dumpy. Yeah. Oh, it's bad. It's bad because they have to give him just the right amount of pharmaceutical cocktail to get him to be functional. But the energy that I get around that too is it's like it only needs to last for an hour or two. So when he has a meeting in the White House, I hate to even say it. It's just awful that he's in that position. But anyway, they just need to get him, I'm just going to say drugged enough. That's common knowledge too, is that he's on all kinds of pills, right? So they have to get him kind of hyped up, pumped up enough to last in a meeting for an hour or two. And then, I don't know, maybe he goes to sleep, right? Does he go rest after that? Yeah. And who knows? I mean, it's not like we see what he's doing all day. And I don't think we've seen much footage just lately of him golfing. Have we? And then Dancing Warrior is saying kidneys and liver and other organs have to filter that stuff out. That's a lot of work for the body. And I don't think he drinks a lot of water. He drinks Diet Coke. Dad joke, why should you never fall for a tennis player? Because love means nothing to them. I like it. You think he's too sick to golf, but isn't that true? We haven't really seen any video of him on the golf course for a little while. I think they pump him up long enough to be alert, sort of, for about an hour or two, and then I think he goes to bed. Is he not golfing? So the pendulum's saying yes, he is not golfing. A really strong yes. Are his golfing days over? Wow. And the moon card that I pulled when asking about his health, that's the very emotional card. He's really upset. Yeah, he only stands still for a bit, then he goes back inside. True. Are any of those golfing videos fake old ones? Are any of the golfing videos fake? Wow, it says yes. I didn't expect that. Lisa's asking. Oh my goodness. Wow. At least it's saving us a little bit of taxpayer money that we're not paying for his golf trips. Now that's how we turn lemons into lemonade. I like it, Amy. Good work. Will he go to London? No. When is he supposed to go to London? I mean, I'll ask again, but when I read on that on Monday, when's he supposed to go to London? I got that it's dangerous for him to fly. That's quite an altitude for somebody with massive heart issues. Will he be going to the UK? No. I'm not even sure he's going to make it through August. And I'll just leave that there. He can't go golfing. What does Dumpy have to live for? If you're feeling that ill, and God forbid you ever get that ill, you're not feeling like doing anything but going to bed. Yes, blood clots are an issue when flying. Okay, let's ask if that will be the reason that, yeah, I have a yes. It's advisable for him to not travel. And let's not forget too, that when he became a convicted felon and then he ended up occupying the White House, we were all talking about, you know what? There are a lot of countries that don't allow you in if you're a convicted felon. Has that just gone away? Have other countries decided to just forgo that? No, I get that he's not going to the countries, that he's just not going to them. That don't allow convicted felons to go. Can you believe that we're here? Can you believe that we're here? If it's any consolation, dictators always fall. He's a dictator wannabe, but they always fall. This does not last forever. You better stay in D.C., not come down to Florida where it's dangerous for people like him to be outside right now. I don't think he goes to Mar-a-Lago in the summer. Scotland will probably hold to not letting him in because he's a convicted felon. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Plus a bounty, right. I'm going to read on Elon. Didn't I say I was going to read on Elon? I'm going to read on Elon. I'll take a little pause to ask you to please book a psychic reading, because why not? Because why not? Don't you want a psychic reading? I would. It's psychic@dion.com. I've been promising for 3 days now that I'm going to start a new series for my members. That I haven't started yet, but I will. Probably tomorrow. I decided to run for office, so it's taken up a little bit of extra time. I'm reading on Elon. Okay. What the heck is Elon doing? Because I don't really feel Elon's energy around Peter Thiel right now, and I would think that I would. Michael is apologizing for being late. Elon is facing justice. I get that Elon's keeping a low profile because France is investigating him. I do pick up that Elon is keeping a low profile. Four of Swords, he's not well either. The Queen of Cups, there's a lot of dirt on Elon flying out around there, especially in Europe. Amy, if you want to get a short reading, then we can arrange that. If you really won't need a reading, just ask. New Jersey, Bedminster is close to Walter Reed Hospital. Well, that's convenient for Dumpy. Yeah, that's what I get about Elon. Let's read on Thiel. Macron is suing Candace Owen. I hadn't heard that. You keep saying 444. What does it mean to you? I don't really do numbers that much. Let's see. Yeah, sure, I'll take a painting, Amy. Send me an email. Wait, okay. I have a couple questions on my brain. Now I'm trying to decide what I just was asking. We have 192 people in the house. I can't see the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. Peter Thiel. He's okay. He knows that people are Peter Thiel knows that people know what he's up to. The Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups are mean. Well, I feel like Thiel is wanting to do something very nefarious. It's my psychic impression. Candace Owen claims that Mrs. Macron was a male just like Michelle Obama. Those people they're not well. Thank you, Darren. Endorsing Church of Spirituality. Peter Thiel, it looks like he's kind of overwhelmed. He's really emotional right now. The Ten of Wands, people are on Thiel's trail. This is what they want. These big oligarchs. They want to take over the world. You know, like the old, the comedy, Austin Powers, and, like, it's a theme in all the sci-fi movies that, some nefarious force. I just mentioned Austin Powers because that's a funny one. But there's a kind of a universal kind of theme in sci-fi movies that the dark forces want to take over the universe or the galaxy or the planet. And that's really what this is. And it was funny that so Sharon Morningstar was asking if the Russian bots can infiltrate the collective. Because I do get that they can to a certain degree. And I was picking up today something like a nefarious plan to affect everybody's brain. So we don't have to get into that tonight. But it is that age-old sci-fi plot. Right? Like, how about the Terminator, right? It's always, that theme is always there. Okay. Yes, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. He was a good mixed-up egg. All right. You thought Peter had ties to Dominion. Yeah, that could be part of it, too, because I feel like he's kind of overwhelmed that so many people are on his tail. On Thiel's tail. Thank you, Darren. Ozzy Osbourne was a Sag. I wonder when his birthday was. I admire and respect anybody who worked so hard in the music industry and made something of themselves. I really, really do. There's so many things to read on that are awful. Let's do this. Is all this DOJ lying going to work? Because, I mean, they are over the top with the lies. And I don't know if they really are counting on people believing the lies or if they're more thinking about just overthrowing everything like they're doing, but in one fell swoop, like, to finalize it. Does that make sense? Let me explain. I feel like there are two tacks that they're taking. The nefarious fascists. Well, fascism is beyond nefarious. It's horrible. So what they're attempting to do right now is what they do in North Korea and what they do in Russia. What they're attempting to do is gaslight the American people and isolating the American people, their consciousness. They're trying to get us all to only hear one story, which is their gaslight story on every topic. And they're giving it a test run to see if it will work. And we have to make sure that it doesn't work. Amy's so grateful for all of you. The Hunchback of Notre Dame retired today. He received 2 years back pay and a lump sum. Boy, it's blowing a gale out there. Is the massive gaslighting and hiding the true news going to be effective? I have a yes. Okay, so how effective will it be? COVID was a test run, that's true. Okay. Will it be, how effective will it be on a scale of 1 to 10? 1, 2, well, we're at about 2. On a scale of 1 to 10, how effective the gaslighting will be. It'll work for some people. Okay. Thank you for all your compliments about our community. And we're almost at 200 people in the house, so if they all hit the thumbs up, we'll do a group hug. Okay. So the gaslighting will work about 20%. That's not very high. So there are some people that just believe what they see in the news. It's amazing. Will their plan to just throw out democracy, will that work? That will not work. Their plan to throw out democracy is not going to work. Yeah, here's a novel idea. Why don't we start believing the women who were harmed in the Epstein thing? Knowing that we're moving into a time in human civilization where the divine feminine rises, we really need to keep our focus on that. We really, really do. I did post a quote today on my post page, and I want to read it to you. Some of you saw it, I'm sure, but I really liked it. It was by Deepak Chopra. The divine feminine is also a ruthless spiritual warrior, destroying the veil of ignorance. Yep, that's Deepak Chopra. Everybody read it. Thank you, Lisa, for the testimonial about my readings. They are quite good, if I can say so myself. Let's not lose sight of this is the time for the divine feminine to rise. And even, I told you last September when I went to the ashram in Tennessee and to see Sadhguru, he was saying, that was before the election, this is the time for the women. Let's not forget. Blondie told Dum Dum he's on the list in May. Oh, yeah, he's definitely on the list. We only need 16 more thumbs up to do a group hug. I see there's only 195 in the house. Shady Pants met with Murdoch. I haven't heard him called Shady Pants. That's a new one on me. That's pretty clever. How have I not heard that? All right. Tomorrow I need to work on getting signatures. I mean, I'll be here with you. I'll do some videos for sure. And we're going to meet for our guided meditation for a Healed America, 7 p.m. Eastern. But send me good vibes that I get all the signatures that I need to run for a city council. I need to be on the ballot. I'm still with the nefarious cards, but I guess we should pull 3 cards on the DOJ, all the gaslighting. Is it going to work? All the lying and gaslighting. I don't feel like it's going to work because it's so outrageous. Digging up old stories of investigations that were done and blaming the crimes on the people that happen to be in office. It just doesn't even work. The Ace of Swords is a sword of truth. So I'm asking about this gaslighting. Is it going to work? I'm just kind of digging further in. It's not going to work. The Three of Cups is a celebration, the celebration of the truth. And the Nine of Swords is these fascists are having sleepless nights. Wow. Wow. Carolyn Levitt was like, if you see the press conference from today with Tulsi Gabbard and Carolyn Levitt, I mean, it's so just glaringly obvious. So glaringly obvious. It's just just a sham. A sham wow. All right, we got about 5 more minutes. What do we really have to look at? What's going to happen to the, gosh, I did see a little clip of a hearing with the so-called FEMA that is disassembled right now. The director of FEMA, I think his last name is Robertson or Robinson. What a piece of work. So we're going to read on what's going to happen. It's a scary thing, I'm telling you. It's a scary thing when we don't have FEMA. And hurricane season is here. So let's... Yeah, Levitt and Tulsi Gabbard, they really were up against the wall. And their fantasy is to stop all press conferences. I'm going to pull 3 cards on the head of FEMA, who didn't even know there was a hurricane season. I think they pick the dumbest possible people that they can pick. The most, like, unaware people. So apparently when people were drowning in Texas, losing their lives in Texas. The director of FEMA was nowhere to be found for days, just like Kristi Noem didn't take action until 72 hours in. This is freaking criminal. This is like being complicit and having blood on your hands. We cannot let these people get away with this. So I'm going to actually pull 3 cards on his fate. Does he live on Mars? I know. Really? Yeah, I'm most concerned about August and September. And the hurricane season goes right into October, well into October. Homicidal neglect. Yes, there is a name for it. So what's going to happen to the head of FEMA? 3 of Swords. I think he's going to get nixed. I think that we're learning how to fight. I think that we're in a phase of finding out how much we need to fight, and it's pretty nonstop. You'd have to be pretty dumb to grovel to Dumpy, yet that's true. But that's how it works in authoritarian regimes. Do I think the International Crime Court is going to get involved? I think they would get involved with the ICE thing. Yes, they will. They will get involved. It must be fish dinner tonight. You're having flounder? Gorton's of Gloucester. Are you having flounder from Gorton's of Gloucester? That's right up the street from me. Not to bust your bubble, but that fish is not from Gloucester. It's good, though. You had salmon? We're talking about dinner. We're all getting hungry. Or you've already eaten. Okay, so as far as the director of FEMA, which we can't even really call him that, the 9 of Wands, oh yeah, there are lawsuits. There are lawsuits. Definitely there are. Technically now we can ask MAGA who is in the Epstein files. Josh had shrimp. Josh, I got your envelope. Thank you. And whoever else sent me something, I picked up everything today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys make me feel so loved. The director of FEMA, there's lawsuits. There are lawsuits coming. For sure. Wow. All right, Jackie had a question, and now I told her to put it up there. If you're still there, I didn't write it down. You sent me an email regarding a letter sent last week. I did receive that today, and the envelope was ripped. I think it got ripped in the sorting machine, but the contents were there. Thank you, Josh. What are we going to read on before we go? We're going to skip the group hug because we didn't reach our quota. Okay, between now and Friday, how are things going to go for we, the people? Never worry if you send me something and you don't hear from me, because it takes me a week and a half sometimes to go to the post office. Seriously. It usually gets to me, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Between the next couple of days, we're going to see strength. We're going to see strength. We're going to see the Queen of Swords. And just, you know, the Democrats are holding the line. We're holding the line for democracy. That can be your theme. That can be your affirmation. We are holding the line for democracy. There is another protest coming up. Somebody, do you guys know? I know that I've heard the date August 1st, which is, believe it or not, next Friday is August 1st. Not this Friday, next Friday. So did anybody else hear about a protest on the 26th? I think I saw that in the comments somewhere. Let's make sure that we're protesting. And I have that there's only 176 people in the house, so we did not reach our quota for a group hug. We'll have to wait till Friday. Hold the line. Hold the line. I must have different numbers. Okay, so if you tell me that we have 200 thumbs up, we'll do a group hug. I'm seeing different numbers. People that left their thumbs up still count. Yay! Thanks for telling me. Tell your friends to come join us at Psychic News Network before we do a group hug. Did you get that cannon go off? That was a cannon. Look, the seagulls are going crazy. Listen. It's like, it's kind of seagull season. I was reflecting today on how important it is that we continue to do this. So thank you for showing up all the time. We have a great community here. I don't know. I just had a moment today. I was like, that's so cool. It has been 7 years. Psychic News Network here on YouTube has been 7 years. Just this week, I passed that 7-year mark that it's been Psychic News Network. So I'm going to send you so much love with this hug. And let's just think about the United States of America canceling these fascists. Okay? Let's really just see them failing profusely as the American people, by some huge miracle, get a wave of actual truth. All right? So, yes. And everybody who needs upliftment and all the detainees and the people in concentration camps, let's shut this you-know-what down. All right? And anyone who's struggling and depressed, let's send them a lot of great energy. You don't know, we could be saving lives. All right? 1, 2, 3, group hug. Sending love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love is the answer. Love, love, love. lifting the vibration. We can do this. We do it together. All right. I'll see you tomorrow for the guided meditation for Healed America, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's only half an hour of your time. You can even show up for just the last 15 minutes when we actually do the meditation. A couple people mentioned Church of Spirituality is wonderful. Please watch that from Sundays. And book a session. What else? Become a member and you have access to all of my presentations, including 40 Days to Releasing Religious Guilt. That people really like that one. All right. Love you lots. Be good to yourselves. Smile. Keep your energy up. It's really important for the collective and for you. Namaste.